Let's switch over to baseball for you, boy. My bronze topic is who do y'all think is going to be the AL and NL MVP? Because it's about, it's getting close. My picks for AL MVP, I'm going with the youngin. I got to go with Aaron Judge. I got to go with him. And my NL MVP, Giancarlo Stanton. Chicks dig the long ball, so I'm going with Giancarlo Stanton right now. I think with the playoff implications coming, it might have something to do with him getting the MVP. But right now, those are the two guys I'm going with. They're just crushing the ball right now. And they're two guys like you just can't pitch to. We saw what happens when you pitch to Aaron Judge. So it's over with. I think Aaron Judge definitely locked up the AL MVP with that at bat the other night.
Well, I think, Niles, I agree with both your selections. I wrote about the NL MVP race a couple days ago on Baseball Prospectus. Go check that out. But I think when you look at the overall what Giancarlo Stanton did for baseball this season, as far as hitting 59 home runs, the most Barry Bonds in 2001, I think the excitement he brought to baseball this summer, when you came home, you wanted to see, all right, did Giancarlo Stanton hit a home run?
Yeah, I actually watched the Marlins a couple times, like at the bar.
It made people watch the Marlins.
Yeah.
It made people watch baseball who would ordinarily watch baseball.
Right.
And I think you think about the full context of an MVP, that's the kind of stuff you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, he didn't play for a winner.
No.
But for about a month, he almost got the Marlins back into a wild card position.
Right.
The Marlins are a terrible team the first half of the season.
Right.
On the flip side, you look at Aaron Judge, the best rookie season in the history of Major League Baseball.
Since Big Man.
To think it's crazy. You have a guy who hit 50-plus home runs as a rookie.
Yeah.
Now, people want to say, okay, he's 25 years old. He's older than other rookies. I don't think it matters. I think if you look at the first half he had...
He's also bigger than other rookies, too. That has a lot to do with it.
I mean, the first half he had, to have the struggles that he did in July and August, and then to find his swing again and to put on the last month like he did, I think that's stuff of MVP.
Yeah, I think so, too.
I mean... as an Angels fan,
right.
I'm going to have to say
he's
Mike Trout being out for a portion of the season, he's still the best player in baseball. I mean, the impact he had on a garbage team. This Angels team is trash, and he's carrying them like LeBron, but no one cares because he's boring as shit.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. He doesn't talk. I think he's a really good... role model. He doesn't really get into trouble, and I think that's an issue actually for these kind of things. He's on a sleepy team. The Angels fans, I'll be honest, we're terrible fans. No, we're not really pumping up. This guy's the best player in baseball.
Yeah.
We pretty much have Joe DiMaggio, and
literally. He's amazing.
Joe DiMaggio before he hit the sprinkler.
I was cracking up. This one sports journalist, he tweeted the other day, he was saying how this dude is the best player in baseball probably in the last decade, and if he walked down the street, most of America wouldn't even know who he is or care.
Just a normal dude.
He's LeBron of baseball right now. Mike Trout is amazing.
This is the sad part about Mike Trout. Mike Trout has been the best player in baseball for the last
2-3 years.
3, maybe 4 years. Yeah. He could have arguably won the MVP his second year in the game.
Yes.
He's going to end up hitting 600 home runs.
Yeah.
And you're going to look back and people...
Who's Mike Trout?
Care about Mike Trout.
And that's not even his best skill. Look at the home run catches he's got. He's defensively a god.
He's a really good center fielder too. So if you look at the Angels themselves have put just old player after old player with Mike Trout and tried to bring in old money to kind of form a team, and it hasn't worked. And I feel like eventually they're gonna have to come to a point where do we trade Mike Trout because we're wasting his prime? Similar to what the White Sox did with Chris Sale.
Yeah.
It would be more like trading Wayne Gretzky. I mean, this is big. When you're talking about trading the number one player in your league.
By far.
How do you even get close to a return for that? What do? You
can't.
You go to the Arizona Diamondbacks and you say, give me your team. What do you say?
What you have to do is you have to look at your outlook of the next 5 to 10 years. You have to have some tough conversations and say, even with the best player in baseball, will we be able to win a World Series title? And if the answer is no, you need to strongly consider trading that guy.
Well, okay.
Nobody wants to be the team that trades Mike Trout.
No.
Nobody wants to be that team. But if you're going to be closer to winning a World Series without him than with him, because that's a possibility, because their farm system is the worst in baseball.
Yes.
The worst in baseball. So you have to start rebuilding.
I don't know any Angels prospects that have proven themselves in the last couple of years.
And they used to be, I can tell you, I grew up in Utah. Their farm team was in Utah. I used to see really good players. I used to see K-Rod, Sean Figgins, Salmon. I saw a lot of really good guys come up through the farm system, and now there's really no one they can bring up. I mean, they've had one good draft pick in like 5 years, C.J. Crone, University of Utah, but he's a DH who's like a power hitter. I mean, like really, you drafted a DH. Congrats.
Right.
And the one thing I will say counter to what you're saying, Artie Moreno, who is the owner, he will spend money. And he's been really good to the fans. He lowered the beer prices and the food prices, the parking. He's actually he's a good owner. He's what other owners should be. He's spending, but his general managers have been so bad, putting him in bad contract after bad contract. Yeah. I believe in the owner. I don't believe in the general manager. Yeah. So if you can get a general manager to build a team around Mike Trout, I know Artie Moreno will fund it.
In baseball, especially today's baseball, throwing money at the problem does not help you anymore. If you look at this isn't the 2008 Yankees, the Red Sox of old. You can't throw money at all your problems and make them go away. If you look at the Cubs built their farm system from the ground up and then went out and spent $150 million on John Lester. Yeah. And then went out and traded their number one prospect for Jose Quintana. So you have to build that ground up first, then you have to use your finances to bring people in, because it's a lot better down the road. You're not gonna, when you spend money like that, it's like putting a Band-Aid over a bullet wound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shit. Hey, Mike, if you want to come across the freeway, the Dodgers would love for you to hit in the 4-hole for us. So
yeah, and
not minded at all.
And Aaron Judge has such an advantage. Like they always say, oh, he hits in the gap. He has a gigantic gap in his mouth. Okay, it's not fair. Like, and his chin is as big as a bat.
What is Mike Trout's contract? Like, how many years he got left on that new contract he signed? Like, how long ago was that?
I think
we signed him to a 5-year deal. A couple
it's 3 years left? Is it 3 or 4 years left?
Yeah, we still got time. I don't think it's trade conversation time.
I just know he ain't coming back. Unless y'all make the playoffs.
I don't know. Here's my thing. Mike Trout, this is my last point on it. Mike Trout has made the spectacular mundane.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, Mike Trout will always hit above 300. He'll always have 35-plus home runs. He'll always have 85-plus RBIs. He'll always lead the league in runs scored. And he'll always be one of the better center fielders in the game. Mm-hmm. But he'll always be the best player on his team with no support.
Yeah.
So you really, really have to be serious and say, look, we'll never get true value. Yeah. But we can come pretty close. There are a lot of teams out there that have some spectacular farm system. You look at the Yankees, you look at the White Sox, you look at the Dodgers. Yeah. There are some amazing farm systems out there where you can get the future Mike Trout maybe in a trade like this. Yeah. Now you're going to have to get quantity and you're going to have to get quality, but you got to do something to get something. Yeah. So it's a conversation that needs to happen.
Right.
Don't ever have it, please don't ever have it. That's all I'm saying. I hope I don't care if he's like Barry Sanders and we run his career into the ground. Keep him forever. He's our guy.